Morning, everyone. Glenda Mollet here. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and you're here with me in my craft room, and we're going to stamp together again today. We're going to make this card using Beach Happy. The sponging and everything is done on the shimmer white cardstock, and you may not be able to see it because it's very subtle, but oh man, it's so shimmery. So here's the recipe for you. We're using Pool Party, Thick Whisper White, Flirty Flamingo, Regular Whisper White, and Shimmer White cardstock. The inks we're using are Pool Party, Grapefruit Grove, Flirty Flamingo, Soft Suede, and Crumb Cake. And the Beach Happy stamp set, the Seaside embossing folder, a stitched rectangle die, and some rhinestones. Now this one says don't worry Beach Happy, but you can also say happy birthday or thinking of you or whatever sentiment you prefer. This is the inside of the card. So I sponged a little bit of crumb cake in the corner and stamped the bag and the hat and then colored them with blends. And did that as well on the envelope. Okay, so first of all we have some business to take care of. From last week, when we created this cute card together, there was a couple of draws and I had some card kits left over. So the card kits have gone out to 2 people and 3 more will get them in their order, and then I have a whole bunch more that I have to mail out, and it's a kit to make this card. I also had a draw, sort of a draw. Guess how many retiring stamp sets I have, and someone would win this package of Share What You Love Artisan Pearls. And the closest guess to that was Penny, so I will be getting these off to you, Penny. I have 68 retiring stamp sets, and Penny guessed 62. So congratulations, Penny, and I'll get those to you. And the last thing was, if you placed an order of $60 or more using the host code, the current host code, your name would go in the draw for a package of All My Love ribbon combo. And out of all the entries, I did a random number generator, and Marlene, you won this package of ribbon, so I'll get that out to you as well. Congratulations. So that's from last week. Now this week I have a lovely lattice stamp set to give away. I had a class yesterday and we were coloring with blends, and we used this stamp set. I know it's retired, but it's absolutely beautiful, done in the Stampin' Blends. So if you like, comment, and share this video, I will put your name in the draw to win this stamp set. And you have another way you can enter. If you order $60 or more using my current host code. Now this one will be good until Sunday, April the 28th, and then I'll have a new one out and I will put that on my blog when I generate it. So if you place a $60 or more and order using the host code, I will put your name in the draw once for every $20 that you order. So if you order $60, you get your name in there twice, and if you order $100, you get it in there 5 times. All right, so I just want to run to my stack and get the card, the lovely lattice card we made. So this is the card we colored yesterday. Oh, I'm supposed to be monitoring the comments. That's not happening, so just let me pull that up. And just let me make sure that I'm oriented right. All right. Comments. Oh, hi, Val. Okay, so this is the card that we colored with the Stampin' Blends yesterday using that lovely lattice. And then we also colored this one using Humming Along. This stamp set and dies, the bundle, is also retiring. And not only is the bundle retiring, but the stamp set and the dies are also retiring. So you can only get this while supplies last until, until June the 2nd. And of course this one was Celebration, so it's long gone. Okay, enough talking. Let's carry on with, I don't know why my computer has stopped here. Okay, so we'll just put this one over to the side. I've got my phone on Do Not Disturb, and we're going to do some stamping. Well, the card base is Pool Party. The inside piece is just regular Whisper White cardstock. And the piece on the front that we're going to emboss, I use the thick white cardstock because I found sometimes this embossing folder will cut the cardstock because it's so deep. So I chose to use thick white and it won't do that. A piece of Flirty Flamingo, and then a piece of Whisper White that layers on top of the Flirty Flamingo. And this one that says Sponge, that's the shimmery white one, and we're going to do our sponging on that, and then it will layer on that. And this is for the sentiment. Okay, so let's do the embossing. This is the thick Whisper White, and the Seaside embossing folder is going away. It's going to retire. Been one of my favorites all of these years. So I thought I'd make the most of it and use it as much as I can. So I'm just switching my Big Shot here from die cutting to embossing. Making sure it's all covered. And running it through the Big Shot. And there we go. And of course the card is oriented this way, so I wanted the waves to kind of go sideways. I got a tape dispenser for my tear and tape. So now all I have to do is just rip it out. Oh, my buttons on my sweater are making funny noise. Don't want that. That could be annoying on a video. So I'm just putting some tear and tape on this. And this piece is too long. Well, let's just rip a bit of it off. Still too, oh no, it's just going to fit. Okay. And then with this stuff, if you burnish it really well, then it's easier to take the liner off. Okay, I was just getting the video back up on my tablet. There we are. It was stuck. So then you just take the liners off. I take it off of one. And then just kind of do the rabbit ears thing on the rest of them. Oh, this is annoying. So just flip them back. If I do it on the table, it will be easier. Maybe, maybe not. Really? Holy man. There we go. Now this one you can see it's over the edge a little bit, but you don't have to worry about that because just pull this back enough so that you can just fold that back on itself and it works. So I'm holding on to the side that has the liner removed, because I don't want it to stick until I'm ready for it to stick. There we are. And then you just pull your ears. There we are. So that's all put down. So I'll put that to the side. Now I'll get the piece that we need to sponge, and a spare piece of paper because I don't want to get my grid paper all dirty because it's so pretty. Okay, so let's just put this underneath here. We're going to do 3 different colors of sponging. I'm going to have Pool Party on the bottom, Grapefruit Grove in the middle, and Fleur de Flamingo at the top. The only thing you have to remember with this is not to overlap them, because otherwise they turn brown and it's kind of a muddy mess. So when you're sponging, remember to always start off the paper. Apparently my pad is very dry. And the more you do it, the darker it gets. Okay, so that's the Pool Party. Put that out of the way. And then a little bit of Grapefruit Grove. Now, because you can't start off of the edge because we're starting in the middle, I just give it a little bit of a dab at the beginning. Just to get off the bulk of the ink, because I don't want it to have a big blob on it. There we go. And some Fleur de Flamingo. I like sponging on this cardstock because it's got a bit of a finish on it, and it really lets the ink flow nice. And I think I'll just bring that down just a tad more. It's a little bit of a white streak in there. There we are. That's it. That's the background done. Isn't that gorgeous? Okay, get everything out of the way here. Now we're going to stamp the tree. Yesterday at my class we kept calling it a flower, but it's not a flower, it's a tree. We're going to use soft suede. Now this comes straight. That's the way the tree is, but I want it to be a little bit more bendy. So because it's photopolymer, you can do that. So you just kind of bend it and then push it on to make sure it doesn't move. And we want it close to the bottom because we still have the top of the tree. Now I'm thinking that's a little bit too curvy. Oh no, it's the same curve. Okay, never mind. Just stamp that right there. Oops. Apparently I didn't ink it enough. Now if I had been using my Stamparatus, I could go back over top of that, but I can't, and I'm not going to, because then you end up ruining it. So I'm just lining up the top of that with the center of the tree. See, I don't always stamp perfectly. As you're perfectly aware from my Facebook live videos, I don't often stamp properly. Okay, we'll get the sentiment, and I'm going to use Thinking of You today. I got a little bit of brown ink on that from my finger, so I just turned it over. And I'm going to stamp that in the center. Like that. Okay, might as well stamp the envelope in the inside at the same time while we're here. Let's get that stuff out of the way. So we have the bag, the beach bag. Oops, hang on. I have to do the sponging first, because if you don't, when you go in with the sponging, you will smudge everything. I lost my, oh, there, sponges on the floor. I had to get another sponge. I'm just going to do some, just to give the illusion of sand. Just in the corner of the envelope. A little bit more right in the middle. Now, because this is sand, you could also just take a lot of your ink off and just do like this, and you'll get a grainy look, so that it looks like you have grains of sand on there. So that's the envelope, and this is the inside piece. I'm going to do the same thing, put some sand in the corner. Because what's the beach scene without a bit of sand? I'm just going to take it off and then put some grains of sand on there. There we go. Good. Okay, that one's going out of the way. Now we can stamp the bag and the hat. So the bag on the inside and the bag on the envelope. Yeah, it does say I'm watching it, because I'm watching it on my tablet, Val, just in case there's a comment that I need to answer. I've finally figured out how to do that. And the hat just tipped up against the bag there. And because these are photopolymer stamps, you can see where to stamp it. There we go. Wow. That's all the stamping we need to do. We'll get these pieces out of the way. And now we're going to die cut this. I'm trying to find my stitch rectangle dies. Now there's a couple of ways you could do this. You could just use this one and die cut it. But I want to show you a trick with this one, which is longer than it needs to be. But there's a really cool thing that you can do with your magnetic plate. I did read online today that the Lemon Lime Twist cardstock is now sold out. So I hope you weren't planning on ordering some, because it's no longer available. The ink is still. Okay, so you line this side up where you want it, and then we'll run it through the big shot. Okay, so here we go. And now this we'll just throw away. Don't need that. This is the piece we're going to use. So I also saw a really cool thing this morning, that you can flag the ends of your piece by putting your die in this way and using that as the flagged end, but mine's not long enough to do that. But I want to cut this so that it looks like that one. So you put it where you want it, and then you just kind of move it around until it seats itself in the holes that it's already cut. And then run that through the big shot again. And there we are. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect. So while I've got you here, let me get a piece of cardstock, and let's give that flagged end thing a try. Just because we can, right? So I'm going to cut this out. Oh, I don't know where that went. There we are. Okay, so I'm cutting out the first one. So there we are. We have the die cut. And now to flag the end, you just take the same die and kind of stick it like that. So I'm kind of hoping it's going to be kind of centered. And then run it through the big shot again. Now I haven't tried this before. I just read it on Facebook this morning. Oh, I already took the die off, sorry. So there we are. Look at that. Now we have a piece of cardstock that's cut using this with the stitching lines around the edge, and now we've done a stitching tag end or flag end. Isn't that the coolest thing? Man, there are so many talented people out there. I could never come up with this stuff on my own. Believe me, it's not happening. Okay. I wonder. Maybe we should use that. Let's do that. Let's do that. Why not? Thinking of you again. Going to stamp it in the one that I just flagged the end. And we'll use that one instead of this one. Yay! Okay, let's do some assembly. Need to find all my pieces here. Get my die out of the way so I don't lose it. So we've already put the background on. Get the card back into focus here for you. This is the inside piece, and because we're going on a pool party, I'm not going to do anything around the edge, but I do want to color it before I put it in there, because if you don't, it could go through your cardstock, and then it's really not a good thing. So I'm just using this the dark pool party blends just to do a quick color on this. There's no, I'm not shading anything. I'm just coloring it. And it doesn't go color over top of the grain, like block out the grains of sand, but that's okay. I can let that go. All right, get this up so you can see it. So we're just adding some dark flirty flamingo. And do the handles. Now we'll do the hat. And you can do this on your envelope. You just have to be really careful because blends are made to go into the cardstock. So if you have a lot of ink, they can go through to the other side. Now they're supposed to do that because that means your ink has got a good layer. So when you put the dark one on and you want to blend, then you get really good blending. But it doesn't work for envelopes because obviously your envelopes, you go through to the back side of your envelope and makes kind of a yucky mess on the back. While I'm doing this, I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to pull the liners off of this and it won't be quite as painful as it was last time. So I'm just putting my tear and tape on here. And do the rabbit ear thing. Maybe it was because the other one had embossing on it and it was a little bit more difficult to do. There we go. So we have our 4 rabbit ears. Put this down where you want it and hold it while you pull up the rabbit ears. I have a feeling that didn't take all of that one, so I'm just going to reach in there and pull off that extra piece. And then we have one more left. There we are. So there's your inside done. Now, need this and this and this. So this layer is the one that we colored so pretty. And I, once again, using my tear and tape, burnish it on there so we can take off the liners. And then we're going to layer it onto the Flirty Flamingo one. There we are. Nope, we're going to layer it onto the Whisper White one, sorry. There we are. Now, I want dimensionals in between these two layers. I'll just get some of those. And I'm going to use a few because I don't want it to collapse on me. Sometimes I know it's overkill, but you've heard me say many times, there's nothing worse than having your card collapse on you. Or wow in the middle. Alright, get my Flirty Flamingo piece. Take off all the liners. It's a lot of liners. Not too bad. Hasn't even been a half an hour yet. And we have the card done. And I've done all the business stuff. There we are. So there's that layer, and there's dimensionals in between those two layers. Now, once again, my tear and tape out. This works really well on the tape dispensers that I have. This is what it looks like. So this is a big core tape dispenser. And when you pull it, then you rip it off. It's just like a regular tape dispenser, but it's got a big core in it. Because these are 3-inch cores on the tear and tape paper. Or tear and tape adhesive. Okay. Taking my rabbit ears. Like that. I think I'll take this one off. So that's the bottom one. And you can put this wherever you like. Sure, that looks good. It's difficult from the angle I am to tell if it's straight or not, so it's just done with a prayer that it's where it's supposed to be. There we are. Now we're going to use the sentiment. We're going to put the sentiment on right here. And I don't want this popped up because then it'll be too fat to go through the mail. And I don't mind mailing letters, but I like them to be the smallest postal rate I can get. So making them big like that, never a good thing. Get that out of the way. Okay, put this on here. And I'm not putting anything on this side because if I put dimensionals on there, because there's 3 layers of cardstock, it's going to push it down like that, and I don't want it, so it's just free floating. So there we go. Now we just have the rhinestones to put on because the card is not finished without the bling. And I'm going to use 3 of them. One here. Let's see, where will we put it? Maybe here this time. And you always do it in 3s or 5s. There we are. There we are. The card is done. That didn't take too long. There's the original one. Here's the new one we did. Don't forget to use the current host code when you're putting your order in, and with every $20 you order, an order of $60 or more, you get your name in the draw for the lovely lattice stamp set. And if you comment, share, and like this video, you can also get your name into the draw, and I will draw next Wednesday, which is May the 1st at 6 o'clock. So you have from now until May the 1st at 6 o'clock to get your name in for the draw. Now, I did mention that this host code is good until Monday the 29th, and then I'll generate a new host code, and I'll pin it at the, I'll put it in my Facebook group so that everybody will know what it is. Or you can always email me and I will send it to you. Email is gjmollet@shaw.ca. My online store, my Facebook, and I do have a YouTube channel, and I always upload my videos to the YouTube channel. So if you're looking for one in particular, then head over there. I also do monthly videos for my monthly stamping club, and I put them on YouTube in a special private area. But once a year has passed, then I release those videos to the general public on YouTube. Thanks so much for joining me in my craft room today. I love stamping with you, and I'll be back next Thursday, May the 2nd at 10 a.m. to create another lovely card. I'm busy stamping with new products right now, but I won't be showing you those for a bit because I always like them to be a surprise at my open house. I'm having a customer appreciation catalog launch open house in June, and there'll be more information on that coming. I believe it's June the 3rd. Let's see, Monday, June the 3rd, I'm having my launch, and June the 4th the catalog goes live. If you don't have a catalog and you don't have a demonstrator, please get in touch with me, and I'm happy to share one with you. If you have ordered from me in the past 6 months, you will automatically receive one. If I see you in person, then I will give it to you in person. If not, I will pop it in the mail for you along with a wish list, so that you can write down everything you would like, you wish you could own in the new catalog. It'll be a long list. So thanks very much again, and Stampin' Smiles. I'll see you next week in my craft room. Bye for now.